For our next story, I need you to imagine you're an influencer. Shouldn't be too hard since we're world famous podcasters. Now imagine Warner Bros. Comes to you with a nice pink outfit and asks you to film a promo for the upcoming Barbie movie. Would you take the deal? Well, if you want to make it in Hollywood, the answer should be no. That's because SAG-AFTRA, the union that represents Hollywood actors amongst other Hollywood personnel, has laid out strict guidelines for social media influencers during the strike. The guidelines state that even if you are not a member of the Actors Guild, if you take promotional work for studios and cross the so-called digital picket line, you will be barred from joining the guild in the future. The union even goes as far as to advise creators to not hype up any work coming out of the studios, even if it's just as a fan. I think this is pretty crazy to see SAG kind of reach over and instruct non-union members on how to conduct their business.
Yeah, but there might be this influencer to Hollywood actor pipeline that I didn't really think about, but that might exist. And so if you are an influencer, maybe your ultimate aspirations are to be in a Hollywood movie. You know, we might see Mr. Beast in a, in an Adam Sandler movie coming up. I don't know.
Fast and Furious.
But also in 2021, they opened up membership to influencers. So the big ones are actually in SAG-AFTRA already.
Right.
So this is kind of like a dual mandate to just be like, all right, some of you are already in our union. The smaller ones are probably aspiring to get there because it means you've made it in Hollywood. So it's kind of this interesting relationship between old entertainment in the Hollywood Actors Guild, which has been around for decades, and this new emerging form of entertainment of TikTok influencers, YouTube creators, that, there's this really interesting dance where the influencers are super important and have become so in the last 5 to 10 years, but you still have to kind of play by Hollywood's old rules,
right?
Which, they still want to hold on to power there.
I just think this puts influencers in a rock and a hard place for sure, because influencers have very unpredictable and not a long shelf life in some cases. And yeah, sometimes you don't want to just be making like cringy TikTok lives for the rest of your life. So you have your eyes set on Hollywood, but you also have to like get the bag, secure the bag, and pay the bills in the meantime. And so if a studio is coming to you with money, you have to make this decision between like a short-term trade-off or your long-term future, as you kind of spoke to. And then also, influencers are very important to the Hollywood machine, because if you see these giant movies that come out, you're going to get an influencer push before they come out. And Paramount invited 450 influencers to an advanced screening of Mission Impossible. And like the goal is to reach the youths, to reach these people that young people look up to. And so it's definitely one of those things where now the studios are like, dang, I wish we had the influence of disposables still.
I had no idea that the influencers were a big part of movie promotion. I'm just not a part of that world, but reading into this, it seemed like it's a huge part of their overall marketing strategy.
Yeah, and then if we just want to do a quick zoom out on how the union negotiations are going, in a word, they're not going great. When it comes to general minimum wage increases, the union is seeking to implement an 11% raise in year 1, 4% raise in year 2, and 4% raise in year 3. And the studios came back and offered them 5% in year 1, 4%, and 3.5% in the ensuing years. So they're pretty far apart there. And then another thing that the union proposed was that CAS get a cut of subscriber revenue generated from performances that land on these streaming platforms. And the studios outright rejected that. So we're in for a long haul, because there's still acres apart in where they want to end up. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you want more Morning Brew Daily, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And also check out the rest of our episodes wherever you get your podcasts.
New episodes drop at 7 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, and you can email us at morningbrewdaily@morningbrew.com.